The recent Shane Dawson dragging has me thinking about the state of comedy, and I can't go a day without some jackass on Facebook referring to like an old TV show or stand-up and saying, you couldn't get away with this now. Well, I'm not going to sit here and act like there's not a little bit of truth to that, or there aren't instances of that. I think this is really a lazy attempt at defending bad shock humor. There's plenty of shows that still use shock humor that have come out recently, like Big Mouth and F is for Family are both on their 3rd seasons. There's still South Park and It's Always Sunny that use shock humor. Everyone is praising Boondocks and the Chappelle Show for being prophetic. It's just a way to defend really corny old shows that couldn't get away with this now because they weren't fucking funny.
He's the blackest white guy I fucking know. And in all the negative things we think about black people, this fucker...
You're saying I'm a nigger?
Yes, you are the niggerest fucking white man I have ever...
amazing.
I don't think he could do that.
Oh, to let a man die over a word?
Yeah.
Come on, it's just a word.
Just a word. Oh, okay. Well, Frank, tell me something. If you were going to save somebody else's life, you know, from a falling piano, and you needed a word to just cut right through, what word would you use to call out to the arbiter?
I suppose.
Yeah, you know what? We're not treading on some dangerous territory.
I don't
know.
Nigger?
Oh, whoa!
Charlie!
Charlie, you can't use that
I'm
word.
trying to guess the word that he was saying.
What's the difference between these two clips? They both feature white people saying the N-word. One is uncomfortable and the other is hilarious. Why? Because It's Always Sunny is self-aware. The entire point of this joke in this scene is to say that the N-word is bad. The rest of the scene goes on to speak out against double standards of slurs in derogatory terms. It is smart comedy. Then there's the Louis C.K. joke. Is it a joke? And I think this is the problem a lot of comedians get in, is they think they can say anything under the guise of shock humor, and it's an invisibility cloak or some shit. The clip from It's Always Sunny is more recent. I think it's a year old, and this clip is from 2011, but that's not that old, and it was very uncomfortable even then. Jerry Seinfeld's reaction says it all. This is not funny. This is not comedy. This is wrong. It's almost as bad as He's a nigger! He's a nigger! Tropic Thunder is another movie that gets thrown around as too sharp for the delicate sensibilities of Snowflakes. Yet I haven't seen one person complain about it. I'm sure they exist. I'm on the internet a lot. I haven't seen them. Maybe the reason they don't get offended is that the entire point of the movie was that blackface is wrong. The humor doesn't come from him acting black. It comes from characters reacting to him acting black. It's hilarious. Once again, brilliant satire.
I kid the homosexuals a lot because they homosexuals. I fuck with everybody. I don't give a fuck. It's like I don't mean anything by it. You can hang out with a gay person. You can't, guys, don't feel, you know, like alienate gay people because they're gay, because you can play tennis with a gay person. Really, just after the game, you say, I'm gonna go get a beer. What you gonna do? Think I'll go suck somebody's dick? Well, I'll see you later.
I do understand it's not completely fair to take this old ass clip and completely hold Eddie Murphy's feet to the fire for it, but this is textbook bad edgy humor. This is just making fun of the stereotypes of gay people. It minimizes them, and I don't think Eddie Murphy hates homosexuals, but you can't tell me he didn't know that this would ruffle feathers. You couldn't do this bit today because it's not funny.
I went to a spa for my anniversary last year with
At one point,
Dasha,
she was just punching me.
and I got a fat gay guy give me a massage, like a real massage.
Ooh, look at your little body.
And
oh my God, look at your cute little body.
I must say, I was like,
oh my God, you're like a little Ken doll.
I was like, fat gay. He's probably going to be the best
Just look,
massage
I can
ever.
wrap one of my hands all the way around your waist. I can hold you like a little beer can.
And I gotta
my
say,
God.
not very good. It was. I
Really?
I wasn't.
It's pretty homophobic.
Look
of you
at
to
you.
say.
Why was
I just want to put you in a little baby shoe and push you around. I thought it's like a little race car.
Yeah,
I could just eat you up.
It was.
I bet I could fit you entirely in my ass. It's just like
Puts a condom over Adam.
right? Yeah, while you're
Like a
like
little
getting the
gerbil.
massage, she's like starting with his ass at your feet and eating you like a snake.
Yeah. He's holding his ass open, sizing you up.
Slowly,
His asshole is just
slowly inching his body around yours with his ass. There you go. You're like, what? Let me go.
This Cumtown bit is so much better because it pokes a little bit of fun at gay people, but ultimately it's not hateful. They also have a tone that is playful that lets me know that they're not serious.
I'm not gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to apologize first. I am sorry that I used to make really shitty fucking jokes. I am sorry that I was so fucking like insecure and like playing this character of this guy who's like crazy and will say anything and like tries to make people laugh by shocking them. That was my thing. That was what I did on YouTube. A lot of people now don't know that. If you started watching my videos more recently, you might not know that. But back in the day, from 2008 to 2012-ish, maybe 2013, that was my thing. I thought it was so... I loved the feeling of making somebody shocked and laugh because they couldn't believe what was coming out of my mouth. I wasn't confident enough to make smarter jokes. I was making the easy jokes. I was playing crazy stereotypical characters. I was doing shit that was racially insensitive. I was doing shit that was homophobic. I was doing shit that could be considered fat shaming. I was doing some fucked up like comedy stuff that I'm not proud of. Like, I've changed so much as a person and as a creative and a director and a writer and stuff. Like, the stuff that I was saying back in those times, I would never say now. Ever. Like, because I don't think that's funny.
And it seems that Shane more or less agrees. The issue wasn't that he was being provocative. It wasn't that people are too sensitive or easily triggered. It's that he was too focused on getting a reaction out of people than standing up and making something funny or inspired. I believe him when he said he's a changed person and that he's never done anything he's been accused of recently. But I also can't blame people for wanting him to be canceled. This is unfortunately what happens when you build a career on pushing buttons. You can still make raunchy, edgy humor. You just have to be smart and funny about it. Or you have to let people know you're making a joke. Are there some people that seem to take joy and get offended? Absolutely. But the idea that comedy is suddenly next to impossible these days is ridiculous. Maybe try actually being funny.